Erasmus Plus program. We can get better information about this, and you can sign up your email, or we will give us.
Can I have your?
Yeah, to all of you, we're gonna give you our cards. So
Thank you.
So we are working in the same international office, even if we are in different units. So no problems.
But we have a colleague that is completely in charge for the visa application and residence permit application. So it's a super skilled one to give us the right information.
We may discuss about scholarship.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
So let's get to this.
Just a moment. I would like to know also something from the girls here, because so far only
So we have a lots of information about the PhD and School of Medicine. So we prepare for each of you according to
your
interests.
interests. So what about you?
I'm a worker for more than 2 years experience work. I major in accounting and auditing, so I'm pursuing in 1 year MBA.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Completely different.
Yeah, and based on my GPA in more than 8, and I will get the IF test in maybe in June, and have a work experience. Can I have any advantage for apply the scholarship, because I also get an ACCA qualification from UK.
Yeah. Okay. So we have already a bit of experience. Yeah.
Are you an auditor now?
Yeah.
EY?
Yeah.
You already have a UK education at which level? So the master degree?
ACCA.
No, it's just like a certificate.
Okay, the certification. Sorry. Okay. Let's finish the round. What about you, Iris?
My name is Jan. I respect apply this year and PISA this year, and but I want to know about this major philosophy, classic and modern.
Which one? Philosophy?
Philosophy, classical and modern.
Okay. Still at the master level, yeah?
Yes, master.
Okay. So,
And about
no, Miriam is okay. So, let's explain a bit about the master, a bit more about the master programs. One here, so that's a bit different from the Master of Science degrees, and then we will talk in general about the scholarship, fees, and other opportunities for international students. So, I suppose you were interested in the MBA program. So we have twice from the field of economics. So 3 opportunities. There's the Master of Science in Economics, that is taught in English, but this is a master degree. And then we have 1-year specialization programs in Master in Risk Management, and then the MBA, Master of Business Administration. As I was explaining you before, in the organization of the education system in Italy, there are the MBA are something apart from the 3 level of education. So they are meant and conceived also like people like you that are already working long working experience. So they might get to get some more knowledge about these matters or an update of the subjects that are already managed at working level. They have a different cost from the Master of Science and Master degree as well, because in general they cost up to 10,000 euros. For what concerns the MBA, the cost it's 8,000 euros and includes all the teaching material, classes, and so on and so forth. By the master program on the basis of merit. So they're not based on the average country income or family income, but on the merit of the students. So they want to receive the applications from each person, that might be also not a student but a working person, and receive also, as you can see, I don't know if you did have a chance to have a seat, but in the admission and the requirements, the student must provide the application form, the university diploma and certified academic transcript, 2 reference letters. So if you're a working person, you're supposed also to have a reference letters for these. Curriculum vitae, in this case they want the English language certificate, as this is a level program, and they recommend the TOEFL or the IELTS. And they may consider some exemption, but basically they would like to have a certification. And of course then copy of the valid international documents. And as I was saying, they want to make the pre-selection process. That is really important for this kind of program. So you will have a pre-selection that is based on the document, and then an interview with the committee of the master program.
How many students per semester that you admitted?
Yeah, they do not have a limited number, but sometimes this kind of master degree programs, they do have around 25, maximum 30 students, because otherwise the class is too big to manage. So not more. I will say in the other, some of the other program on economics, they have a limit to 30 students. Not in this case, it's not express a limit, but in general, this kind of cluster up to 30 students. So the average could be 15, 20s, but it's up to 30.
So
otherwise, no possibility to include
does it mean that the limited is around 30? Does it mean the competitive ratio to enter into this program is high?
Yeah. I mean, they receive several applications this year because it's a very good program and it has the longest periods with that, and they are managing different programs at different levels at international level. So they receive a lot of applications. The economics field is one of the most active in the University of Pisa, with the one in engineering and humanities as well, in the field of international programs and international relations considered in general. So if you are interested in our advice, is to take immediately contact with them, and just in order to know the application deadlines and so on and so forth, and the opportunity to get the scholarship, that of course is still important to you. So they can provide some statistics in a sample of the past of students getting the scholarship and how many they will provide.
They will put the question.
See, also we have some additional material prepared directly by the Department of Economics. That's in addition of our, because these are the university brochures, so we have the same one for all the different programs as we are the university levels, but for the field of economics, they prepared their own as well, and they gave it to us in case someone was interested. So I will give it to you so you can have a look at this as well. Okay. So let's have a look at the economic opportunities that are the same one for all those taking the master degrees. And
can we take your time to evaluate case by case that are we enough qualified to get the full scholarship?
Yeah.
If
I mean,
you tell about
what do you mean about full scholarship? Because
let us show you before the organization of the economic support and scholarship, because there's an economic support provided by the University of Pisa, and there's a scholarship.
There's a special, first of all, posso cominciare io?
Sì, sì, vai, vai.
First of all, there's a special package provided by the University of PISA to all Vietnamese students enrolling in both in a bachelor or a master's degree. And they have first 3 months of free accommodation, first 3 months of free daily meals, and a free 40 hours Italian course. So that's the basic special package for Vietnamese students. Besides these, we have to say that all Vietnamese students, since they come from Vietnam, that is an Eastern Asian country, are awarded with a very low tuition fees. Normally, tuition fees at the University of PISA are 2,500 a year, per year. Vietnamese students have to pay 550 euros per year. That is 1/5, more or less, of the normal, of the average tuition fees. So 550 euros per year to be paid in 4 different installments. That is good for you because you can manage pretty well your
Divided 3 installments, right?
Yeah. Maybe just at the beginning you have to pay, let's say, 150. Then after 3 months, another 100 euros, and so on. It's very convenient. So, special package, very low tuition fees. Third thing, very important, is that we have DSU scholarships that are regional scholarships. These scholarships are based on normally on the income level of the Italian students, because of course being a university they are compelled to provide us the income level of their family. Of course we cannot know your family's income level, and that wouldn't be nice from us too, but we made a list of the country so that if you come from a specific country, at the University of PISA we know that you have to pay less. This is why you pay 550 instead of 2,000. The same things apply to the DSU scholarships, because they are supposed to be given to the students who have a lower income. And together with some Italian students, you are the ones who are supposed to have this kind of scholarship, because you come from Eastern Asian countries as well as, Chinese that is getting higher, but some ex-Russian Federation countries and so on. So you have 3 strong points. The first is a special package. Second is the, very low tuition fees, and the third is the high chance to be awarded with DSU scholarship. Of course, you can also have the chance to be awarded with a different kind of scholarship, that is the 10,000 euro scholarships. Wow, 10,000 euros. But we cannot promise you that you can have this kind of scholarship. But we can say with pretty high certainty that you can be awarded with a DSU scholarship just because you come from Vietnam. So this is the general offer you have from the University of PISA. And if you have the DSU scholarship, you will have no more thoughts for 1 year, because for 1 year you can be pretty sure, you can be totally sure about your accommodation, about your daily meals, and about tuition fees. So you won't have to think about them for 1 year, because DSU scholarship are not only awarded, are not awarded for the full program. duration, but each year. So each year you have to apply again. Why? Because we don't want students to be at the University of Pisa without studying for free. We do want people who, well, we can help you in the first year for sure, but then we want you to prove us that you are smart ones, so that you're studying and you're doing great. So the second and third year, or the second year of the master, in case of the master, when you apply again, we will evaluate not only the country you're coming from, but also your merit, your marks in the exams you've already taken. Okay? I think it's quite clear.
Yeah, first you cannot sum up the two scholarship. If you get the 10,001, of course, you won't get
the DSU
scholarship. As if you already got the regional scholarship, you won't be considered for the 10,001. Because I mean, these are, while the welcome package is provided to all Vietnamese students enrolling, without no checking out. I mean, we do not check any documents as your ID, and we see that you are Vietnamese. The other scholarship, you must apply for that. And if you already have one, you will be automatically excluded from the other one. I think it's fair because the purpose is to support as many students as possible. So,
But the percentage for the Vietnamese student to get the regional scholarship?
It's very high.
Very high, but not 100%. Or
no, I mean it's the regional scholarship does not cover the 100% of the students applied in general. This is in general because I mean, in example, if you think about the Italian students, the Italian students, they must meet the different requirements to apply. In example, they must come outside from PISA. So this scholarship is to
they cannot be resident in PISA.
To support the student not already living in PISA.
And having their own houses there.
And for what concerns the international students as well, they must come from abroad. There's no problem about this. And then it depends on their personal income. So the average income of the country, but also the average family income of each single student. So if we have extra rich Vietnamese student coming to PISA, of course, compared to the other Vietnamese students, they will be excluded or not considered. At least in the list, they will be lower than the other ones. I think it's
supposed devono fare un'autocertificazione.
La documentazione è differente. The thing that we must consider that maybe we can. It's not useful to have a look at the website at the moment because the call to apply for the regional scholarship is not already open for 2017-2018 academic year. So it's not useful to show the whole documents, but to explain in general, the students might be required to prepare some documents before coming to Italy because of course the certification of the economic situation of the family is changed in each country. So when the call of the regional scholarship is open, it will be detailed over there which documents must be submitted to apply. So this is really important, super important to check it out because once you are in Italy, then it might be difficult to prepare or to have the documents that you are supposed to prepare.
Ask your parents to prepare it for you.
Yeah, so it's really important that before coming, once all the process is clear and you come, you get in contact with us to have all the further explanations you might need about the documents, but you really take care of the list of the documents required and prepare it in advance before coming.
And for the scholarship of 10,000, is the special scholarship offered only by your university to the student?
The first one, welcome package?
No, the
No,
second.
the
The
second
scholarship.
So,
No, the scholarship
No.
of 10,000 euro.
Yeah, that's this is okay. The welcome package and the scholarship of 10,000 euro. Their scholarship, though, they are welcome package and scholarship completely financed by the University of PISA.
Yeah.
So the welcome package, it's completely financed by us according to the number of students applying each year. That might change. And the scholarship of 10,000 euro is also financed by the University of Pisa, but through each master degree. So the university at the general central level finance it, and the master degree decides the admission and the assignment of the each scholarship.
Like you have to study in your university for 1 year, and you apply for this scholarship.
No, this is for the master degree.
Oh, just for the master
Master
degree.
For the
degrees.
master in
Ah,
advance.
then-
the students with the best academic
okay.
performance in each. So, quindi dice.
No, we
Is
need
it
to study in
a
your
grade
university.
one or
It depends because there are some master degrees, like economics, it has decided that it wants to sign it at the first year.
Okay.
Yeah.
capito su che
Yeah.
base però viene assegnato.
It will be granted only one time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a 10,000 euro for the whole
The
duration
whole
of yeah.
duration of
So,
the
and in some master degrees, you can get it the first year, so they will assign it through the pre-evaluation process. So according to the pre-evaluation number of students coming over regions and the results of their previous studies, they decided to assign it the first year. Other master degrees, they have decided to change this procedure and they want to assign it the second year,
Okay.
because they want to assign it to the students with the best academic performance within the master degree. So they are not interested in evaluating the previous studies, but they want to see during the first year which are the really motivated ones, students, the really proficiency, and then assign the scholarship to them.
Yes.
Of course, if you get in the second year, it will be a little bit harder to finance yourself during the first year, but then you will get the money back. If you get the first year, it will be easy, of course, to manage and then spread the money during the first and the second year.
Based on my current situation, I want to tell you, and I really want from your help to evaluate that. Am I eligible to get for this scholarship? My GPA is 7.3 on 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I
Yeah,
have
we cannot manage, we cannot give the evaluation, this kind of evaluation, because that's what I was saying. This is managed by the master program, master degree. Okay, so they want to do that.
Can you give me like an assumption?
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean,
No,
what we
you,
can.
You already have our business cards, so please write to us, and we will let you have the contact details of the.
Or the single
Okay.
person you
Single
can get
person.
in contact
Yeah, got
with,
it.
but please consider that when we speak about the international students, we must consider that in a class of 20 students, there might be people coming from 20 different countries.
Okay.
So the system of evaluation it might be different because maybe there's not one tool that apply to all the different 20 persons. This is the reason why the master board wanna make the pre-evaluation and wanna speak with each single student apart from the evaluation of the documents that, as we have been saying before about certification, might be fake or not really responding to the reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the GPA, it might be a system that other student doesn't have, but maybe they have been working for 15 years, so they have a practical experience that make them so much better than the other ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so consider that there are different systems of the evaluation for the assignment of the
I can tell you that in Vietnam there are too many schools, and in different schools they have different GPA, and you can't compare the GPA and you evaluate.
Yeah,
No, but
That
there
could
is
be
like
also
like
a very
transferring system. That means that they can be equal to the European system.
yeah.
Yeah, approximately, not totally.
No, but please, just make another example. Let's talk about the TOEFL, in example. you can make this kind of an evaluation when you apply for an American university, where it's mandatory to submit a TOEFL, and it's described in the application process also the mark that you have to get the TOEFL with. So you must have a TOEFL internet-based with that base. So this is the reason why the comparison is not so easy to do, and the board wanna make an evaluation about the really content of the studying and the economic situation. That's both. Okay. So.
Yeah.
While the regional scholarship in the first year, it considered just the economic level, because it's the only system that we can use to consider the evaluation of the students. At the master level, for the 10,000 euro scholarship, is different. It's completely different, the system. Yeah.
I want to ask you how much money you have to prepare for this.
Yeah,
to study in your university.
So they say like the average cost of living of the month in the month, or how much money would you need like for 1 month?
For the tuition fee, for
he wants
like living,
cost of living.
Yeah.
So a budget.
Yeah.
Deliver a budget information.
Yeah, of course. So consider that. Let's make the worst of the situation. That 550 euros if you have to pay the tuition fees per 1 year. So then consider that the living expenses for 1 month will be around 250 euros per month.
As far as the accommodation is concerned.
Just the accommodation.
In a double room.
Okay, let's consider the average cost is 300 per month for the accommodation. Then you have the meals, so the access to the canteen, it's 4 euros and 50 cents per meal, for meal. So twice a day, it's considered 9 euros per day. And then there are, students get discounted rate in different bars and restaurants around in the city.
You know, PISA is really a university city, so you can find this
more affordable.
Yeah. Around the faculty, the departments, there are a lot of bars and so on to park with student prices, of course.
And of course, you can find a room if you share an apartment with other students. You can have the use of a kitchen and you can cook your own food. That's what the previous Vietnamese students who came to PISA did, because they had a scholarship. The one I knew had a scholarship because they went with the Erasmus Plus special project, but they want to spare some money in order to travel around Europe, so they decided to cook their own food at home, and they really spared some very good money, and they had the chances to travel all around Europe. So it depends from what you're choosing. Then you are, as far as I see from my very brief experience here in Vietnam, you are used to eat fruits and vegetables, and you know that's a good thing, because in Italy we have very good fruit and vegetables, and you they cost less than meat and fish, for example. There are many variables, you know, to be taken into consideration. This is why I think that if you want, you can, live with a very few amount of money. It depends on your choice, as usual, because you can choose to eat less at lunch, just because maybe you have to attend courses even in the afternoon. By the way, I would like to inform you that our courses normally start at 8 in the morning, and you can have some courses in the afternoon, but in the first hours of the afternoon you won't have any courses. In the evening at 9 or 10 o'clock, so you will relax. And you can also find, well, the average for the accommodation is in a double room 250, but you can find also something less. You can go, well, you can decide not to choose the very center, the PISA, but you can choose to live a bit outside and maybe buy a bike. Bicycle, not a bike like here. You won't need them because another thing, you won't have any transportation cost because you can go pretty everywhere by foot. Because PISA, you know, PISA is a sort of a huge campus in which not only students live but also people from PISA.
Just bicycle. Just bicycle.
But not only
Or
bicycle, walking. You can walk practically everywhere.
We have mopeds, but not so many as here. Yeah, and bus as well, but you don't really need to buy a ticket for the bus.
You can go. You can go from one side of the city to the other side in, let's say, walking 40 minutes, maybe. So. It's also a matter of your choosing the right accommodation basing on your department. Because of course if you go, for example, to the Department of Economics, you won't choose an apartment on the other side of the city. You will look for an apartment or for a room close to the Department of Economics. A girl from Morocco came last month, and I found for her a room which is 300 meters from the Department of Economics. So, of course, she won't have any transportation cost. And you know, there are 5 different canteens, 5 different dining halls spread all over the city. So you can choose the one that suits you better. And in the evening you can eat at home if you want. You are outside, you can have just a sandwich. Well, there are very
in the canteen, the dining hall, the food variety, or because some of the students, they are the high-low food or they're vegetarian.
Yeah, there are vegetarian options at the canteen, of course, but don't expect the variety you have maybe here, because here variety of this food there's a very high range of foods. In Italy, we normally have maybe 3-4 foods. We have, you know, our meal is divided into 3 parts normally. First course, second course, and maybe dessert if you want. First course is normally a pasta, which is noodles, seasoned with different sauce, which can be tomato sauce or different kind of sauces. Second course is normally a dish made of meat, fish, or eggs, or cheese with a side dish. Vegetables, can be salads, can be tomatoes. You will be amazed by the quality of our vegetables because they are very good.
Northern Italy is well known for the food.
Well, no,
Each region
has
really
its own
different tradition, different kind
Each
of.
region has its own food, you know. So you can find many differences between among the different regions.
Okay.
But you know, well, it's up to you. It's your decision. If you know you have a specific budget, you stick to it. So we have many, you know, different possibilities even for sandwich. You can have a sandwich made only with tomato and mozzarella, which is a very fresh cheese. And that's good, and it allows you to go ahead for the whole day. You can have maybe a richer dinner then, but you can cook it in your home, because normally you will have many, maybe in an apartment you can be 5 different people and you can cook in turn.
So the other things that you were asking, apart for the cost of the living monthly, considering when in Italian, you were also to be aware that while a friend, sorry, it's written in Italian because no, but it doesn't exist in English. That's the document of our Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Education, they publish every year with the rules to receive the students from abroad. So, in order to receive the visa, D-type, that's for study reasons, that's what you need to enroll in the university. The other things that you want, and also then to get the residency permit when you are in Italy, that's, I think this is what you were asking before, is that you must show why make the pre-enrollment through the embassy that you are able to cover like around 450 euro per month while staying in Italy. This makes the amount of almost up to 6,000 euro per year. So you will be asked to show that you are able to sustain this kind of expenses each year you're staying here in Italy. Okay? So
questo a parte, al di là di ogni considerazione di borsa di studio.
sì, sì, questo è il problema maggiore che hanno stanti insegnanti, loro devono essere in grado di, come negli Stati Uniti, di dimostrare che si possono sostentare economicamente durante il semestre. These, then must be covered by the scholarship, but as in most of the times you get the scholarship later than the pre-enrollment through the embassy, you must be able to demonstrate this before coming to Italy. So you should have some personal economic support to demonstrate that you are able to cover your expenses up to this amount of money while in Italy. Then the fact that you can cover these expenses with a scholarship is a different thing, because you can consider that eventually you can get the money back through the scholarship. But as you apply while you're still in Vietnam and you haven't already any contact with the Italian universities, this is up to you. Sì, sì. We also prepared this pen drive where you can find all the different documents of the university in a PDF version. So it's a little bit easier than scroll down
the whole site.
Surfing around in the website. And of course in the different brochure and the leaflet you will find again all the different contact person. Please write. Or
don't be shy.
No.
Don't think you are bothering us. This is our job. We love it, and we are very happy to reply to your email. Okay?
Yes, even if you think that some questions might be not so relevant, they always are, because the system, it might be difficult just because we live in different countries, and sometimes even in explaining the information we might think that some things are more important than others, but it's our perspective.
Yeah, it's our personal point of view.
So it's always...
We cannot put in your shoes because it's difficult. I don't know what your problems are, what your purposes are, so you have to tell us.
Yeah, it's always useful to receive questions because they help us to focus on different things that might be more interesting for students. So please ask for anything you need, any additional information about that.
So we'll keep you posted.
Don't think you're spamming us.
I have to ask you this year. I have to apply before. I apply after. Trước cái gì á? Trước send the paper, the papers, all the papers.
Yeah. If you
in
wanna...
the end of June or the end of
the admission deadline.
Yeah.
So
Admission deadline.
12th of July. 21st of July for what concern the
21st of July.
Yeah, for what concern the pre-enrollment of the embassy. Then other deadlines are according to the single program
Yeah.
you are interested in.
Because now I just know about your university recently, and I have no information about all the papers that I have to prepare.
Yeah.
Normally, how many months they have? Normally 2 months and
Okay, so
but normally you have 2 full months after receiving the confirmation
but
from
the
the
matter
embassy.
from now I have 2 months.
No, but the
No.
matter is when you're going to finish, when you're
After.
gonna get your degree.
Oh, this year I think because maybe September or even.
Yeah, so.
But I will finish my study in this July or August.
Of course, you cannot make the translation and the legalization of documents before you have it. So.
But actually,
if you have
because
the-
I have like
Yeah.
6 months. Like I have because my course is last for 6 years.
Yeah.
I think it's enough for me to apply for a master degree.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
but
think I just
yeah.
need maybe 5 years of my.
Yeah, but we must check it out because you need a degree. So, as you know, I mean, so yeah, that's the point. That's the point. As medicine, even for Italian students, it's a long cycle program. You won't be finished that unless you take your final exam in the 6th year. So, at the moment, you don't have the requirement to enroll in a master program.
I can't.
I mean, it's
Không,
the
học y á, là học một quá trình đúng không? Em muốn học thì em phải vào để học lại bậc cử nhân, hiểu không?
No. I study master degree.
Không.
yeah. So
Cách
you
nặng cho em
already
đi
have
vô.
the bachelor.
Already have a bachelor.
Yeah.
So you don't count like because my course is last.
Không chấp nhận cho em vào học tiếp.
Send
Oh,
us,
I want to
yeah.
ask her.
Medicine here in Vietnam is a long cycle degree or is it split in a
Split
bachelor
it.
and a
Oh,
master?
Split.
So
Split, so you have the bachelor degree.
you already have
You're
the
ready.
bachelor, so you have the requirements to
No.
access.
I
this.
have to finish my study.
So what we're gonna do? Send us the documents because it's the
I have
best.
no document now because I still have 4 months, 3 months
But
to
you have
study.
it of your previous study.
No, he means
Previous
that he
study
will
means
graduate.
yeah.
He will graduate and
Bachelor's
he hasn't
degree.
had
Yeah,
a
So it's a long
no,
cycle.
no.
Is it a long cycle?
A baccalaureate.
Baccalaureate. You have the baccalaureate.
Yeah, baccalaureate.
so
No, il baccalaureato francese è la high school.
Yeah.
Sì, ma vediamo che cosa. So, let us know the documents, the certification, the transcript of the examination you passed. So, you can send it us by mail. So, it's just a pre-evaluation also for
Ở đây
us.
hiểu nè, để đây nói cho
documents.
nghe.
Is that in Vietnam, do you have a bachelor degree and later a
In
master
his
degree?
case, he just a high school graduation.
Yeah,
And
that's
he's
it.
still
So
studying bachelor
it's
level.
it's like medicine in Italy
Yes.
then. So at the moment, until you don't have your degree diploma, you couldn't apply to the master degree.
Oh, but we can delay it because
Yeah,
I
for
want to
sure.
study straight ahead because I don't need to like 1 year gap.
But we can also see if it's possible for you. Glielo
Thì năm
possiamo
sau em
vedere.
mới nộp đơn.
See,
Sau
once
khi
you
có bằng tốt
have
nghiệp.
all your
Không, cái đó-
once you
được,
have all
được.
your tests done, all your exams done, you can have, for example, declaration or a certification from your university that you only have to discuss the thesis, but all your exams are already done. So this could be an escamotage. Let's see if it's possible, because sometimes even if you have not a diploma, a degree diploma, a degree certificate, you can demonstrate that you already had all the exams
Cô này
taken.
tốt nhất là gọi hai người CC.
Actually, because I will finish my study in this August or July,
Yeah.
and then in the next year, I want to apply for the next year. I study straight
okay,
ahead.
okay.
So like 2000.
You were
18,
I'm checking out.
No, 17 and 18 because
Yeah.
I will finish in this July.
Mm-mm.
But I still don't have my
My
Has a
yeah, the high
certificate.
school diploma. So
Just
I
have
will
my diploma.
check it out.
But can I delay it and give it like maybe delay it and then I repair the
Yeah, maybe there are some cases
không tất cả các trường
in
học ở Pháp ở Đức đều được delay hết
No.
mà thậm chí ở
well, we must check it out in case that you don't have a bachelor degree, so you don't have a previous first level degree. That will help a lot. We chart the procedure for those students applying within the 21st of July, but getting the certification in September, still before coming to Italy. Okay?
Okay.
So this is what we have to check out. So if you can, please, as your situation is a little bit more difficult than the other one, when you send us the mail, please remind that you are the student talking about the medicine field and
Okay.
say your specific situation.
and I want to apply for Master of Science or Neuroscience.
Yeah. You write down that you are the students that we met here today, and that you are the field of medicine, and you want to apply for the Master of Neurosciences, so that we can
This
send
one
you.
is okay too.
Yeah, that's the PhD.
PhD.
Yeah, because the PhD procedure is also another one. It's another
Okay.
part, another procedure. So
I want to ask you about the original scholarship.
yeah,
Original.
yeah,
So how
So
much
point,
money we receive
yeah.
a year?
Point out the two different things. That you have not already getting your certification within the 21st of July, that you want to be interested in the Master of Science and Neuroscience, the PhD programs and the scholarship. So as best as you list the things clearly, it would be easier for us to answer back with a clear indication and detailing as much as possible. Because this is a particular situation. So I'm not really aware during the procedure of these years if students can be pre-admitted before they get the final diploma. I must check
Okay.
these things. Otherwise, you should postpone the application for the
Next year.
2018-19. I don't know. Let me check. This is strange. It doesn't happen so often. I mean, it's, but it's a deal. So it's also for us as people keep on studying.